Hi everyone, good morning. I can see the house is full, which means we are all set to start. Chali. So first things first, around today's agenda. Hi everyone. By the way, those who don't know me, here's a quick introduction. I'm the founder and CEO at FinStreet Education, जहाँ पर मैं I teach US CMA, some part of ACC as well for last couple of weeks now. I also take good amount of mentorship calls. I also engage in placement assistance. I also engage in all the add-on course training. And beyond all this, anything related to, let's say, career guidance or anything, I majorly take care of it at FinStreet Education. Uh, Today, my agenda is to talk about US CMA. So what regarding US CMA? Well, there are three types of candidates. ठीक है. One, who are interested or thinking about US CMA. Potentially, whatever question are coming to these candidates, my main agenda is to answer them. Secondly, there are some candidates who have just started US CMA. Then how you should go about the preparation, how much, let's say, number of hours of preparation, tests, जो भी चाहिए, I will cover that. Third, you'll also wonder about life after US CMA, US CMA. I'll talk about this as well. And we will break this part down into three phases. So let's say 0 to 3 years of experience, then 3 to, let's say, 7 to 8 years of experience, and 8 to 10 plus years of experience. So where you are part of the junior management, middle management, and senior management. This is going to be an overall agenda. My discussion would go on around 30-40 minutes. After that, I'll keep 20-25 minutes, or even if possible 30 minutes for question and answer. After Q&A is done, we can wrap up the session. Again, the session will be conducted mainly in English, but जहाँ पर भी आपको लगे कि you want to get some doubts clarified, हिंदी में बिल्कुल रेज कीजिए हैंड, मैं आपको हिंदी में आंसर दे सकता हूँ. ठीक. So any query in English or Hindi works for me, not an issue. So chalo. And this is going to be an interactive session. So I'll be asking you questions. I've kept the option open for you guys to unmute so you can speak up. And let me start with a very simple question. If you are considering CMA, what are your potential reasons behind it? Or you have already started US CMA. What are your reasons behind it? This is something I ask all my batches. ठीक है, जब भी मैं start करता हूँ अपना class, why US CMA? And usually 2 to 3 answers में मुझे overlap दिखता है. I get to see 2 to 3 answers on repetitive basis. So let's see what you guys would like to say. Why US CMA? Why would you even consider a program like this? Anyone who would like to answer? Oh, I can see a lot of FinStreet students as well today. Good to see that. Srinivas, would you like to answer? Anyone, live attendees? Guys, this is going to be an interactive one. So Srinivas, you can unmute and speak up. I saw your text. या मेरे ऑडियो में कुछ गड़बड़ है. Can someone speak up just to check if my audio is working? Because I can see a couple of you are on unmute, but I'm not able to hear you guys.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Audible. अच्छा, मैं आपको सुन भी सकता हूँ. Okay. Okay, last call. If anyone would consider, okay, I can see a response from Kavita. Kavita says, this program gives better value and more affordable than other courses. Now, to be honest, this is one major reason in terms of affordability as compared to all international courses. This is one of the most affordable courses you can see in the market in terms of international courses. Even चलो Indian के साथ तो I wouldn't compare. Okay, now I can see response from Srinivas as well. Short time. Okay. Now I can see response from Muskan as well. Okay, Muskan has a question. Muskan, I'll take a question at the end. So Kavita says affordability as a part, value as a part. I really like this point. Short time is a very common reason out of all certifications. Again, very few certifications can be completed within a year, US CMA being one of them, as compared to Indian courses. By the way, there is actually an interesting story behind this. Why Indian courses and US courses have a completely different structure. Are you guys interested in knowing the story? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chalo, I'll give you a quick glimpse. Not sure if I've covered this in any of the this thing YouTube videos. See, when certifications came into picture now, especially in India, majority of the certification came in the period of early 1900. काम start हुआ था by the time 1920s 1930s के अराउंड इंडियन चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंसी के इंस्टीट्यूट्स बन रहे थे दे इंट्रोड्यूस्ड सर्टिफिकेशंस डिप्लोमा डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर्स दैट वाज द मेजर आइडिया बिहाइंड दिस नाउ if you go back and see this period, do you think India was an independent state back then? No, it was under British Raj. So what happened? Whatever structure was followed by British, or I would say British academic world. Whatever structure was followed by Britain's academic world, that was copy pasted in India. Or copy pasted is maybe too harsh. Inspired, let's say, inspired work was taken up by Indian courses. Of course, you're under British Raj. You're obviously doing that. But what happened? The course designed at that time were meant for 12th pass candidates or even someone who has just done 10th pass, metric pass, something like that. Now, after moving ahead, as time has evolved, UK courses went into a structure of exemption where if you have done graduation, you will get an exemption. If you have, let's say, work experience, so they are not strongly around it, but if you have any overlapping credential, you get an exemption. But if you still see a lot of UK certifications are very rigorous, multiple groups रहेंगे, थोड़ा सा tedious और tough उनका work experience requirement रहेगा, and it is from the starting itself. India has adopted that. But if you carefully observe all the US based certifications, most of the certifications you will see two exams, maximum three exams. They avoid levels. Even if level is there, two level, three level, fine. Most of the courses can be done in 1 year, maximum 2 years. Worst case scenario, 3 years. Worst case scenario. If I talk about usually British, will take an ACCA for example, takes usually 2.5 years to complete the whole part. But over here, worst case scenario 3 साल 1 से 2 साल is a typical trend in US. Now what was their idea behind it? US certification, most of the certification have a requirement of graduation, not 12th pass wala perspective. It is all about graduation. So the idea was you have a graduation, now you are looking for a specialization, and these certificates will help you with that specialization. This is a split between, or this is a perspective change between US based certifications and Europe based certifications, India being extension of Europe. That is how I see it. There have been changes now in Europe and India both, but the fundamentals are quite connected between India and Europe based certifications. Okay, so this is the background. But anyways, moving ahead, I'll tell you why I asked this question. Whenever I start my batch, why do I start with why US CMA? Long back, when I was doing my first podcast with Brian. Okay, Brian Hawk, जिन्होंने textbook लिखा है Hawk का. And I asked him question that looking at what factor you can tell that a student will pass or fail. And and Brian told me that there should be a why present. Matlab, there should be a reason present for someone to pursue US CMA. Now the reason could be anything. The most simple form of reason for US CMA is first one, career in career in let's say management, accounting, or finance. Something as simple as this. And I give this example so many times. If let's say someone wants to become a cricketer, you will start by learning how to play cricket, right? Exactly. The same way, if you want to make a career in management, accounting, or finance, you will start by learning the curriculum, learning the concepts. So this is the starting point where you learn. Second part is students usually highlight short term. Now I will give you global averages, okay? For working professionals, usually they take one part के लिए 6 months, second part के लिए 6 months. So the global average according to IMA showcases that within 12 months, within 1 year, working professionals are able to complete both parts of their CMA. But if I talk about students, and this is where it gets interesting. Now my estimation was कि students जल्दी से कर पाएंगे. Any guess how much time students are actually taking in terms of passing exam? चलो let me ask Abhishek. Abhishek, any guess? Students कितना time ले रहे हैं for one part?
Sir, within 6 months.
Within 6 months, I also thought so. But IMA had showcased average of 9 months actually. Part 1, 9 months. Part 2, 9 months. And after taking couple of batches now, I've realized that it actually takes 9 months. And the reason is quite simple because of your college exams. College exam. There is a very typical trend that the moment your semester exam shows up, majority of the students disappear from the class. ठीक है, क्लास आना बंद कर देते हैं for one simple reason, सर कॉलेज में एग्जाम है, सर we have a semester exam going on, we can't show up. So they usually end up taking 9 months per part, but ideally it's still 6 months. Majority of my first batch, they were in TY BCom already, exams हो गए थे, so these guys took only 6 months, actually a bit less than that, 3 to 4 months per part, and they went through. So depends on students as well. If they are bright enough, even less than 6 months is also fine. Third thing, value. Value in terms of the fees they charge and the average packages received. On this point, average package received. On this point, I will do some additional discussion. That's why I've marked it as a star. But I want to actually discuss about this thing. See, a lot of time students come to me and ask a very simple question that, sir, I want to compare US CMA with some other course. And they usually highlight, ki, sir, this is better in US CMA. This is not better in other course, but some other factor. This is not good in US CMA. This is good in some other course. Please note, each and every course is designed with a specific idea in mind. Not every course is meant for everything. Not every course can get you number one result. And I'm telling you, there is no number one certification in the market. The idea is whichever certification you pick, whichever side you pick, you have to be number one in that. Simple example, uh, if let's say you decide to become a cricketer, you want to be number one, example is Virat Kohli. Now, if you want to play football, number one, you have Ronaldo, you have Messi. So it depends on the side you pick. There is always a number one slot available in whichever certification you pick, whichever career domain you pick. But you have to be careful around picking a side and taking action. One more thing, please note the value. There is someone drawing on my screen. Please don't draw. It kind of breaks my flow. Let me just check. Mr. Samsung, please don't draw. Okay, last call. So next part, when I talk about value, so value comes in comparison. If you're getting something for $10 and it is giving you, let's say, a return of 10 plus, I think the value is justified. Now, if you go ahead and compare, या फिर आपको extreme example देता हूँ. If you compare US CMA with something like MBA, it cannot be compared on a fair basis. Imagine comparing it with an MBA of IIM. Now, when you go to IIM, of course, the value is high. You get amazing packages north of 20 lakh rupees. But there is a catch. First catch is you also have to pay a fee of 20 to 25 lakh rupees fees. Another catch is that you have to compete in a very rigorous mode. So when it comes to comparison, na, please be careful of how you are comparing. Majority of the comparisons are apple to orange. I'm more than happy to give you my verdict, but most of the comparisons are apple to orange. If you ask me US CMA best domain to pick, it is FP&A. After FP&A, I'm getting more inclination towards corporate finance. Very few candidates make it to corporate finance, but it's a great career ahead. Looking at the prospects, AI and everything coming into picture, I think FPN and corporate finance में decision making का काम will not just survive, it will thrive. So I'm not pushing towards that. Next, as usual, due diligence. AI will assist but not replace, and there are many more. Okay, controllership and all is already there. Chalo, going back. So first we discussed career. To have a career, you will start learning. For that, CMA is helpful. Short term and value. Okay, these are the three reasons typically why students pick US CMA. Now, how does trajectory of a US CMA should look like? If we go back to the agenda, someone who had started US CMA, how should your overall journey look like? See, first things first, I'll tell you there is a trap. Whenever you enter into US CMA, there is a ready-made trap for you. This trap is for extension. You set up a date for your exam, but you don't feel motivated. You have a break in between, and suddenly you feel, "Arey, exam aa gayi," and then you are gone for a toss. So for that, I'll give you two options. Okay. I'll tell you what we do at FinStreet, and if you are doing something called a self-study, then what you can do as well. First thing, step number one. The moment you decide to start USCMA, select an exam date, tentative exam date. Now you don't have to go and pay for it or book for it, but mentally tell yourself that there is an exam date which you're planning to pick. Once you know an exam date, the second thing you want to do is set up a 50% milestone. 50% milestone. This is the system we use at FinStreet. So what we do, we break down your overall CMA journey into two parts. First 50% of the syllabus done in 2 to 3 months, and another 50% usually gets completed in another 2 to 3 months. So in usually 4 months, part 2 के लिए 4.5 months is enough. Part 1 के लिए 4.5 to 5 months. 5 months पकड़ लीजिए is enough. So in this 50%, complete 3 subjects. 3 subjects. Okay, there are total 6 subjects, or I should call it sections. Let's stick to the technical word. Complete 3 sections, more or less. So your 50% syllabus is done out of total 6 sections. For both, for part 1, you have 6 sections. For part 2, you have 6 sections. So take any example. Let's take part 2 example. 3 sections are done. After 50% milestone, give yourself a mock test. This is what we do. We conduct a mock test in between. This becomes a wake-up call. If your preparation is on mark, great. Give yourself a green flag. Go ahead with your preparation. Then the exam date looks practical now. You'll also get that confidence. If your preparation is not up to the mark, give yourself a red flag and then decide, do you want to put in extra efforts and make sure you go for the exam, or you have to push the exam? Now, whenever you push the exam, here is my second recommendation. Let's say you're someone who was supposed to go in Jan Feb, but because of some or the other reason, maybe college exam or any other reason, you couldn't go for the exam. Whenever you're shifting to May, June now, my personal opinion, book the date, make the payment, book the date, so that you don't have any scope for excuse कि चलो कुछ और हो गया, you went for a trip, कुछ घर में शादी हो गया, function हो गया, you had some personal commitments. There is no scope for excuse. You have already given yourself a feasible time. तब तक नहीं हुआ, you are taking the next slot now, so commit yourself to the next slot. In this way, you are able to sit for the exams in time, and you are able to get your result on time. At FinStreet, again, we recommend. It is up to students how they do it, but we recommend. But this is a system that is working wonders. Uh, Batch after batch, number of students sitting for the exam is increasing, and we are also getting amazing results. Green flag, 92% result. We check, performance of our students weekly test के basis पे, sectional test के basis पे, mid season mock के basis पे, and we issue them green flags. Whoever goes ahead with a green flag, we are able to get 92% passing result out of them. Okay. Next. Now coming to let's say study schedule or how to study for US CMA. Okay. A very typical question. How to study for US CMA. See, when it comes to studying for any professional exam, simple four-step process. First, start by understanding. First, start by learn. Focus should be on understanding. After you learn or understand, second is practice. This is applicable for all exams, by the way. Once you practice, you have to test yourself. Are you up to the mark or not? And fourth, after testing yourself, you have to revise. These are four simple pillars when it comes to preparing for any exam, including USCMA. Now, in our journey, when we start by learning or understanding, there are two scenarios. If you have a certain background in finance, if you are confident enough कि आप खुद से कर लोगे, then start with self study. Or if you're someone who's pursuing a certification for the first time in life, or you have, let's say, left one certification, jumping on to next one, you need guidance, you need a mentor. In that case, consider getting a coach, kind of a teacher, or the better word is now mentor. Okay. This is where even FinStreet steps in. Over here, the idea is while learning, make sure someone simplifies the concepts for you. Teacher का काम ही होता है to simplify the concept for you. So someone simplifies the concepts for you. After simplifying the concept, giving you practical coverage. That giving you a case study, giving you an actual example, and teaching you how that concepts work. So basic fundamentals get clear. Now after this, if you're doing self-study, you can do this through a textbook or even, recorded lectures or something like that. Second is practice. When you practice, how do you practice? Well, as an extension of learning, this is what I suggest. When you set for practice, quickly read whatever you have gone through video lectures now. Start by reading. Immediately after reading, jump to MCQs. On each reading, each chapter, solve at least 20 MCQs. At least, huh? It could be more. Ideal is more. And once you're done with MCQs, if you have any doubts, reach out to your mentor. Make sure they are clear. At FinStreet, we have something called as weekly DSS, doubt solving session. Every Thursday for part 2, every Wednesday for part 1. You can submit your doubts, get them clarified. Next, once the reading part is done, MCQ part is done, third is test yourself. How to test yourself? Once a section is over, create a test of 30 random MCQs or 50 random MCQs, allocate a time, and start solving. This is how you test yourself. Now, this is to some extent a bulk testing if you wait till the section is over or the overall reading is over. At FinStreet, what we do, we conduct weekly tests. So whatever you have learned from Saturday till Thursday, Saturday, Sunday class, Thursday doubt solving, every Friday you will have a weekly test. And lastly, you have revision. Now, how to revise? That is an interesting process. Your revision has to be carefully done so that you do not forget the syllabus. First, whenever you sit for revision, make sure you have all the resources. अभी resources wise क्या क्या लगेगा आपको? Let's say you are going through some lecture or you are reading something. So ideally you should make notes for yourself in your own language. There is a whole concept taught to you. Now make a 1 minute to one liner, two liner or three liner. छोटा सा summary for yourself, notes for yourself, which you can refer later on in your own language. You can do that. So one is notes that you can refer. Second, if you have Hawk material, there is something called as review notes. So Hawk is also giving you a summarized note. Third, in terms of MCQs, if there are any pending questions, solve them while revising. or if there are any flagged questions. Flagged means there is an option कि there is a tough question you want to reattempt, you can mark a flag. तो बाद में सिर्फ आके flag में you will see different list of questions, all the questions you have flagged. So do the review, solve all the pending and flagged MCQs, and that's it. This is how you keep on repeating revision cycle. This is your first cycle, revision 1. After a week, do revision 2. Again after a week, do revision 3. Overall 3 revisions are fine to retain a concept for long period. ठीक है, 3 revisions studying for the first time, then revision 1, revision 2, revision 3. So total 4 बार हो रहा है. Study is the first part, revision 3 times. तो फिर 2-3 महीना आराम से you are able to recollect that. Okay, so this is how you revise. And let's say if you had to break down this into a weekly schedule, I'll give you a quick glimpse of how we do it. The secret sauce in a way. See, Saturday and Sunday, we focus on learning. So our step 1 gets covered where you have lectures. Then from Monday till Wednesday, you have something called as assignment. Within assignment, whatever lecture you have attended, you will have to read textbook from it. After reading, you have to solve MCQs from it. And there is also earlier DSS. So DSS stands for doubt solving session. So earlier जो भी doubt solving हुआ है, we keep the recordings open. And what we also do, we also open a Google form. So if you have any doubt, you can submit it again every Thursday. Next day is Thursday evening. So evening May 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. we conduct live DSS. So whatever doubts you have, they get clarified. Arya, please don't draw. And lastly, on Friday, we have weekly test. Follow this schedule and you are sorted for your CMA preparation. Okay. And next part, last part in your journey. Before exam, there are 2 things I want you to follow. Make sure you complete a question bank called as IMA support package. And second thing is there are mock exams which are available with FinStreet or with Hawk. Make sure you complete those and then you can go and sit for the exam. So this is what you can expect in the journey of completing US CMA. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, just to keep this interactive, I'm going to take a quick vote to make sure that you guys are with me till here. Okay. There are 40 plus candidates in the class. I can see 15, 20 on YouTube as well. Let me see if any questions can be taken. Okay, books and everything are provided. Acha, but I'll take questions later on. I'll just wrap it up. Okay, one last part I want to discuss, then we can go ahead. Life after US CMA. This is something students are very much interested. See, break down your career into 2 phases. One is less than 2 years of experience where you are considered as a fresher. And as a fresher, average package that I currently observe, by the way, in the market is between 3 and 5 lakh per annum. Now, there are a lot of experts, even institute officials, you will see quoting that 4 to 6 hai, 5 tak mil jata hai. A lot of people will say that. But believe me, I'll tell you why they say that. If you go to tier 1 cities now, और वहाँ के जो top BCom colleges है, वहाँ पर there is something called as placement forum. Companies go to the colleges, hire candidates at really good packages. तो वहाँ पर automatically package बढ़ जाता है. And then you take an average, of course, it's an inflated average. I'm talking about a tier 2, tier 3 college candidate who doesn't have placement forum access, completes BCom, completes CMA, goes to the market for a job. In that case, 3 to 5 is a very practical number to expect. And यहाँ पर, please use US CMA as a qualification for 2 things. First is to get a better role, get better work, so that you will learn better. And second, for progression or growth. Progression or growth. Okay, within 1 year, within 2 years, try for a promotion because it will help you with performance. It definitely helps you. You know the domain knowledge, you know how the stuff works, you will be able to perform well. Now, when you transition to the next phase, which is 2+ years of experience, this is where you can thoda sa bump up your expectations. Let's say you can take it between 5 to 10 lakh. Why a broad range? It depends on where you are, which city, which company, and n number of things. So many things matter over here. And over here, you have to use US CMA actually as a negotiation asset. What is negotiation asset? Tell the recruiter, okay, you are, let's say, sitting for a promotion interview or a switch interview. You're switching into a different company. Tell the recruiter, okay, boss, market mein 30% is a typical hike, 20% is a typical hike, but I'm a US CMA. I've completed my qualification. This is my skill, this is my qualification, this is the average package given to US CMA. So why don't you give me X percentage of premium above average hike? So average hike is, let's say, 20 to 30%. My observation is 30%, but just because you are US CMA, ask for additional X% hike and start with negotiation for X%. Now, why am I not giving some number to X%? It depends. बहुत बड़ा company है तो X% can be 70%. If you are, let's say, giving an interview in a big four, तो बड़ा number quote करो. If it's a mid-size company, थोड़ा छोटा number quote करो. छोटी सी company है, startup है, थोड़ा सा छोटा सा number quote करो. So look at the context and negotiate, but use USCMA as a negotiation asset. Okay. After that, your performance and everything, growth, networking, सारी चीजों के लिए USCMA helps. Okay. So that's it. That was my main agenda for the day. Let's move ahead to Q&A, favorite part of the session. And before moving to Q&A, there is a small announcement. So this time, our team has decided to come up with something new, that those who are attending this webinar, this month, by the way, we are doing something called as scholarship launch. And this is the place where we are starting it. So anyone who's attending today's session will get our first access to this, what can I say, scholarship benefit. And for that, there is a small requirement which the team has kept. So the requirement is you have to sit for, by the way, is my video buffering? Can someone confirm? No, right? Okay. Thank you for confirming. So as I was saying, there is going to be a small quiz that you have to appear for. Once you appear for the quiz, as your answers come in, the team will reach out looking at your score and everything. It's a very simple quiz. And looking at the score, you are eligible for certain installment benefits and some number. Uh, but yeah, that's the idea. I'm just sharing the link in the chat box. All the best. You guys can go ahead and start attempting the quiz. If you simultaneously, if you have any questions, you can tell me. Also for the YouTube live candidates, let me go in the chat box and drop in the quiz link. Not sure if you guys will be able to appear for it. Maybe in the description I will add. Clickable हो जाएगा. Okay. Scholarship quiz. It's there in the description now as well. So online folks, like YouTube folks and Zoom folks, both of you can now appear for the quiz. And now our Q&A basically starts. So first I will take audio questions. If someone wants to ask anything, you guys can raise your hand. I'll call out your name. You can unmute, speak up and ask your question. Meanwhile, I'll start collecting chat-based questions as well. Scholarship benefits, the student will inform Ashish. Okay, Manav wants to know syllabus details. So Manav, here are the curriculum breakdown. Here is the curriculum breakdown. CMA usually has two parts. We got part 1 and we got part 2. You can start from any part, by the way. ऐसा नहीं है कि part 1 से ही start करना है. You can start with part 2 as well. Rather, majority candidates actually start with part 2. Now, within part 1, here are some of the subjects mentioned. ठीक है, basic accounting, which is basically, external reporting. यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा you will see coverage of US gap. Sorry, US gap and IFRS. After that, you have that FP&A wala cluster where you start learning planning, budgeting, forecasting, some level of costing, and so on. Okay, this is section A, this is section B to D. 3 sections cover everything from planning till costing. Performance analysis वगैरह भी cover होता है. So performance analysis. Basically, you are inside the business to understand the business. Think of from perspective of a CFO. Then you have internal controls, very similar to or bit overlapping with audit. And lastly, you have tech and analytics. Section E, section F. This is basically part 1 for you. So you will see that it's mainly management accounting over here. Not much coverage of finance, okay? Capital markets, vagara, derivatives, equity, debt, nothing gets much coverage. Simple management accounting. But now if I talk about part 2, here the curriculum changes. You start with financial statement analysis. Over here, you learned how reports are created, generated. Over here, you will learn how to analyze them. Okay, so something that overlaps with equity research actually. Next, you have corporate finance, core capital markets, how equity works, how debt works, how derivatives work, how merger acquisitions work, everything. Then you have section C, which is again some part of costing, but यहाँ पर it is more to do with decision making वाला costing. Okay, break even point वगैरह. Then you have this is section A, this is section B, this is section C. For D, you have risk management. Very easy, okay. Risk management takes hardly 2-3 days for completion. Then you have section E, which is capital budgeting. You have limited capital, how to take decisions for it. And lastly, you have section F, which is ethics. Section F. So this is, you will see, more inclined with MBA. MBA finance में जाओगे ना तो ये part 2 का curriculum you get to learn. Part 1 is more inclined towards CA overlap. कोई CA इंटर करके आता है तो they usually find this part comfortable or the overall part bit relatable. But this is your overall curriculum. And if you want, let's say, a very easy understand of this, Mano, because let's say if you are 12th pass, we are someone who is completely new. Think of it in this way. कि एक business का CFO है. There is a CFO for a business. What does the CFO do? CFO to start the business will raise capital. So everything around raising capital, corporate finance will come in. This is your part 2. Once the capital is raised, we will deploy the capital. So using the capital within the business, so you have our planning, budgeting, forecasting, costing, performance analysis, everything comes in core part 1 perspective. And lastly, you have reporting. Again, reporting is basically passing on the information to investors. So again, your part 1 comes in external reporting. So section A ka reporting basically aa jayega, and to some extent analyzing those reports. So part 2 ka bhi section A would come in. That is the idea. So I hope I have answered your question, Mano. Next. Oh, I have a lot of questions now. Let me start picking it one by one. Ashish is asking, experience in a CA firm or a CPA firm will count or not? Yes, it is considered. Aryan, how do your successful students typically balance their regular exam schedule with CMA preparation? That is actually a good question, Aryan. So let's discuss about this. See, when it comes to college students, now I give them a very simple suggestion, because my first batch was 100% students. I got 100% result now. Everyone was from TYBCom. And this was my suggestion. Whenever there is non-exam period, please give your 100% and make sure you have a target in mind before the exam. Let's say you're planning to complete 4 sections, make sure you complete 4 sections. The moment your exam period comes in, do not study new part, get into revision mode. Revision mode. And once revision mode means I just need 20 minutes of your day, read this much part, you are done. So just that you do not forget. No need to study new part, but whatever you study, do not forget. And then again, when the exam is over, make sure you at least have a span of 30 days before the exam so that you can complete remaining sections. रिमेनिंग सेक्शंस भी है तो आई चलो गिव 30 to 40 days का स्पैन 30 to 40 days to complete remaining two sections and then you can go for the exam. So this is how you can manage study with semester exams. Are you helping for self-paced students for placement? Sharath, what we do is there are two parts: placement mentorship and placement assistance. Placement assistance है self-paced के लिए. So whatever openings we get, we pass it on to you. We send you all the HR emails and everything. जो placement mentorship है, that we will give you our CV format. We will review your CV. We will remake your CV. वो हम बस नहीं करते हैं self-paced के लिए. That's it. You can watch some maybe YouTube videos and try to make a CV on your own. That's also fine. लिखी था CA firm का experience. Yes, it is considered. Which part should I go first? We need to appear in June attempt. Rashid, it depends. Part one, part two is a very, personal preference. Jo comfort zone hai, start with that. I want to US CMA, but when I see Reddit Quora, people are criticizing US CMA, I get disappointed. What's your view on Claude plugin? यार ये AI and इसका perspective ना, I'll give you two perspectives on this. Whatever you're seeing on Claude and all, I'm a bit surprised around the overhype. See, it is just become quicker and easier. जो अभी क्लॉड कर रहा है ना, we had tools through automations. We had tools through not just automation. There are screening tools, screening websites available जहाँ पे जैसा डेटा चाहिए रेडीमेड मिल जाता है. There are templates available. Claude just made it easy, faster, and more easily accessible. So again, imagine that there are two candidates in front of you. One who is just a CMA versus one who knows CMA plus he knows tools. Whom would you go ahead with? Someone who knows tools. That is the only difference happening. But to start with, again, I'm saying tools are not that big a deal. Maybe I have friends in much bigger offices working in MNCs. No one has shifted to those tools, plugins, which are right now hyped. Everyone has switched to ChatGPT and other part. Just give me a second. A lot of candidates have gone to ChatGPT or Gen AI for summarizing, revising things, taking up numbers. That's it. कि कुछ रिपोर्ट है इसमें से जो जो नंबर है विदाउट रीडिंग जस्ट गिव मी द नंबर्स. वैसे काम अभी चैट जीपीटी कर रहा है. AI will come in, I think, significant impact maybe 1 year down the line. But for now, nothing much. And by the way, we are generating AI in finance course. May तक आ जाएगा more or less. But yeah, something to look forward to from FinStreet. एंड AI इन फाइनेंस. सो द वे आई एम बिल्डिंग, मैं ही बिल्ड कर रहा हूँ. तो राइट नाउ मेरा ट्रेनिंग अभी हाफ वे थ्रू हो गया है. आई एम ओनली ऑन लास्ट फेज ऑफ द ट्रेनिंग पार्ट. सो आई एम क्रिएटिंग ऑल द केस स्टडीज एंड एवरीथिंग. जैसे रेडी हो जाएगा इट विल गो लाइव. But what we are doing is we are creating different levels. I can't speak much around this. It is our secret sauce. You know how competition works. But yeah, it's a very nice course that we are building. And I'm not planning to charge it. I can see some players are, but you are your own students here, make them as capable as possible. And from criticizing perspective, Farhan, I'll just give you a small this verdict on this. See, there are all types of candidates. CMA, think of it in this way: there is a chartered accountant who is working on 3 lakh rupees, 5 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees, and someone who's even unemployed. Not just CA. I'll talk about IITNs as well, IIM graduates as well. And it then comes down to what is it exactly? Is it the certification or the candidate? Is it the certification or your rest of the skills? Because CMA alone is not enough. We had recent grads from our Jan Feb attempt. Within 10 days, 15 days, or everyone had, except one student, everyone got a interview shortlist. अभी वो अलग पार्ट है कि interview crack नहीं हुआ. So now I have to train them. टेकिंग फीडबैक फ्रॉम HR कि क्रैक क्यों नहीं हुआ, ये इम्प्रूव करना है. एक रोल में पावर बीआई का बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत था, तो नाउ वी नीड टू बम्प अप पावर बीआई ट्रेनिंग फॉर देम. So such kind of feedback comes in and you have to continuously work on the placement part. So it's a very practical thing. Don't get disappointed by that. It's part of learning. And believe me, once you have a certification like this, you won't stay unplaced unless you stop working on yourself. If you work on yourself, I've seen very, very critical candidates getting placed here. मैं अभी एक नाम नहीं ले सकता, but I knew a candidate who was doing US CMA in my own friend circle, and I felt like, okay, boss, you even struggled in BCom. Would you be really able to do CMA? I really doubted that, but he cleared it. Not just cleared it, MNC में job भी लिया, survived there for 3-4 years, and he's at a stage where now he has started growing. ठीक है, fairly weak candidate था, but he turned it around. So yeah, it depends on how much you work on yourself. I am a LLB, considering student or professional. अरे student का definition अब थोड़ा change हो गया starting October. So if you're 21-year-olds and undergraduate course चल रहा है, you're student. Up to 23-year-old PG course चल रहा है 21 to 23, you're a student. That's it. Yes, Samsung SM, you can pick any date between Jan and Feb. Available date में से. Oh, there is a long question from Mujib. Let me take it up. Aditya sir, I cleared CA and CMA foundation, BCom grad, couldn't clear CA inter, not because I am unable to understand, but I am unable to cope up vast subjects. I can understand. Now, recently, I got a job in Deloitte US in finance operations, AR. Excellent. So, working full time, I want to do US CMA just to leverage my career. Mujib, you are actually in a very sweet spot. अगर मैं, I'll show you how trajectory looks like within your domain. Because majority of working professionals coming to us are from similar domain. See, if I look at the bottom, if within management accounting, you will see AR roles, you will see AP roles, you will see R2R roles, you will see O2C roles, थोड़ा basic है O2C वगैरह. But these are all, I call them a bottom level role where, to be honest, not much thinking or analysis skill is so used. I'll just be honest, not much. ठीक है. It's more of a manual or operations. But the moment you know where this data is going, you can target the next level. यहाँ से you can start targeting reporting profiles either on the revenue end or on the cost end. This is the beginning of your FP&A journey. Now, after these roles, you can start targeting forecasting roles that you are creating pro forma reports for next 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, infrastructure finance देख रहे हो, business finance देख रहे हो, budgets देख रहे हो, and so on. So forecasting, agreeing to, budgets, approving different budgets, negotiating with different this thing, business partners वगैरह. Next level is something called as, now different companies have different names, but business finance partnership. कुछ जगह पे it is finance business partnership. This is where you connect with the strategy team. And then you discuss, how much discount we should give, in terms of pricing, what pricing we should keep. We have to study your competitors, see how they are doing, how your business is doing, and a number of things. And after this, you basically make it to senior management. So either you become, a department level director, and eventually you become a CFO. So this is how usual trajectory looks like. And I mean, even though CMA is, curated for CFO level work, in terms of skill set, you will be there. But to be honest, the competition is so harsh that till this level, you can make it through experience and CMA. But senior management के लिए, even though this is curated for CFO, I've studied a lot of CFOs. You have to step in and pursue something that is outstanding. वो भी है, तो CFO वाला डिस्कशन कभी और दिन कर लेंगे. But I hope this gives you clarity, Mujib. And if you're planning abroad, I mean, if you make it to FP&A or finance business partnership na, बिल्कुल यार abroad roles. Some of my friends, not some, I think two of my friends are currently trying outside. और एक तो process में है. He's trying for Netherlands and he's on his third round now. तो third round, fourth round, दो ही round बचे हैं. If he makes it, very much practical. Bhanu Agarwal, it is affordable, comparatively affordable, Bhanu, as compared to all other international certifications. अगर मैं, I mean, बाकी की बात करूँ, if I talk about let's say CFA for example, 4-5 लाख तक चला जाता है. ACCA की बात करूँ, 4-5 लाख तक टोटल कॉस्ट चला जाता है. सीमा की बात करूँ, एवरीथिंग एल्स इज एक्सपेंसिव. सो कंपैरेटिवली विद इन अ स्टूडेंट्स के लिए तो विद इन अ लाख, अराउंड अ लाख, लाख से थोड़ा ऊपर. एंड प्रोफेशनल्स के लिए 1.5 लाख से ऊपर हो जाता है. विद इन 2 lakhs तो आराम से हो जाता है फॉर प्रोफेशनल्स. फॉर स्टूडेंट्स अराउंड अ लाख, 1.25 लाख में हो जाता है. डिटेल फी आई हैव टू लुक एल्सवेयर. सर, कैन आई सब्सक्राइब विथ IMA एज अ 6th sem स्टूडेंट? अरे प्लीज जल्दी, बिकॉज वंस यू आर नॉट अ स्टूडेंट, प्रोफेशनल कैटेगरी का फी लगेगा. सो इफ यू आर इन लास्ट सेमेस्टर, प्लीज रजिस्टर योर सेल्फ एज अ स्टूडेंट. सो सैमसंग, यू कैन, जो क्विज वाला फॉर्म है, यू कैन फिल दैट. और एल्स यू विल, आई मीन आइडियली यू शुड गेट अ कॉल फ्रॉम आवर टीम सून. तभी डिस्कस करना. कृष्णा, राधे राधे सर. अरे राधे राधे कृष्णा. मेरा नाम कृष्णा है, यूपी से हूँ, मेरी इंग्लिश वीक है. सो मैं कैसे प्रिपरेशन करूँ USCMA के लिए? यार दोनों का प्रिपरेशन करो कृष्णा. प्रिपेयर फॉर CMA और एक इंग्लिश का क्लास भी लगा दो, बिकॉज CMA है, इंग्लिश नहीं है, या फिर इंग्लिश है, CMA नहीं है, प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. तो सिंपल है, इंग्लिश का प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट कर दो, CMA का प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट कर दो. अगर 6 महीने की जगह पे 9 महीने भी लग गए एक बार देने के लिए, नो इश्यूज एट ऑल. बट स्टार्ट पुटिंग, मतलब एफर्ट डालना स्टार्ट कर दो, तभी आप धीरे धीरे करके आगे जाओगे. इफ यू आर प्लानिंग, लिखिता, सॉरी sir, I'm planning to learn SAP FICO. Yes, useful, do consider. Um, yes, there is dedicated placement assistance, Aryan. We do that. Yeah, and our major hold is over Indian market only. Overseas बस हमारा referral network है. Within India, we have good network of HRs as well. सर, जनरली वेंडर्स IMA ऑफर डिस्काउंट. हमारे लिए टाइम टू टाइम होता है, एवरी कपल ऑफ मंथ्स वी डू इट. फिन स्ट्रीट ज्वाइन करते हो तो आपको कॉल आ जाएगा. स्टडी मटेरियल बाय फिनस्ट्रीट, ओ वी हैव टाइड अप विथ हॉक इंटरनेशनल, तो उनके बुक्स और 4,000 MCQs आ जाते हैं. मुस्कान, आई वांट टू प्रोवाइड, नॉट एनरोल्ड. नहीं मुस्कान, वी आर करंटली फोकसिंग ऑन आवर ओन स्टूडेंट्स. वी वांट टू टेक ऑन आवर प्लेट जितना हम मैनेज कर सकते हैं. तो आई एम रियली सॉरी, बट एक्सटर्नल स्टूडेंट्स को अभी हम सिर्फ प्लेसमेंट के लिए नहीं ले रहे. हमारी प्रायोरिटी करंट स्टूडेंट्स है. हम कैपेसिटी बढ़ाने में वर्क कर रहे हैं, जैसे कैपेसिटी बढ़ेगी वी विल फोकस ऑन दिस. विश्व, आई एम FY BBA स्टूडेंट, आई डोंट हैव स्ट्रॉन्ग नॉलेज इन अकाउंटिंग और फाइनेंस. इज USCMA suitable for me? Suitable, but with one catch. There is a small module created. uh, इसका फिनेंस 101 नाम है. एंड देर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज सिंपल मैथमेटिक्स. कंप्लीट दैट वंस यू ज्वाइन फिनस्ट्रीट. सो जो आपका बेसिक होता है, 11th 12th का कॉमर्स हो गया, 8 to 10th का मैथमेटिक्स हो गया, वॉट एवर इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर USCMA, वी कवर इट फॉर यू. एंड आफ्टर दैट यू कैन कंटिन्यू, नो इश्यूज एट ऑल. लेट मी जस्ट चेक दिस. चलो, गोइंग बैक टू द क्वेश्चन एयर. आई थिंक मैंने जूम के काफी क्वेश्चंस ले लिए. आई जस्ट डू अ, क्या कहते हैं, क्विक राउंड ऑफ आंसर्स फॉर रिमेनिंग क्वेश्चंस. Your entrance fee is eligible for 3 years. So the moment you pay it till the time you 3 साल हो जाते हैं, आपको दोनों पार्ट्स कंप्लीट करने हैं. डिफरेंस बिटवीन गोल्ड पार्टनर, प्लैटिनम पार्टनर, अरे दैट इज फॉर पार्टनर्स. मतलब हमें जो सपोर्ट आता है IMA से फॉर प्रमोशंस, के कोई आके हमारे लिए वेबिनार करेगा, पॉडकास्ट करेगा, उस पर वो होता है. देर इज नो डिस्काउंट वाइज डिफरेंशिएशन एट सच. गोल्ड, प्लैटिनम and even silver, everyone gets same level of discounts. श्रीनिवास, अरे आपकी क्वेरी स्किप हो गई, लेट मी चेक. हाँ, Srinivas, have completed my undergraduation 23, joined TCS as junior finance analyst. Okay. Worked for 2 years, then resigned. Now I'm pursuing MCOM. Let me know the career guidance and time period for US CMA. अरे if you're resigned and doing MCOM, I think you're studying full time. Full time है तो go ahead with US CMA. एक साल में हो जाता है. It's very easily doable. अच्छा, इसके ऊपर भी एक क्वेश्चन था. अनिरुद्ध, recent amendments in the exam structure, how is FinStreet planning to incorporate? So एग्जाम स्ट्रक्चर में बस ऐसे के जगह पे केस बेस्ड आ गया है एंड वी हैव अ वेरी टिपिकल फॉर्मेट. 2 months बिफोर द एग्जाम वी यूज टू स्टार्ट विद ऐसे बेस्ड का प्रैक्टिस. नाउ 15 March onwards for part 2 and 1st April onwards for part 1, every Monday there will be a class on case based question ka practice. First we will be solving the whole case based support package, and after that hawk ke additional questions will be solved from case based questionnaire. Okay. Anirudh, this is how we are planning. uh Wasim, you will get the breakdown from our team. Competitive exam, should I do a backup? Arya, I would say give yourself a specific time. Don't do multitasking क्योंकि competitive exams काफी tough होते हैं. So it's fine. Give dedicated time but set a deadline कि इस साल तक या इस उम्र तक हो जाना चाहिए. अगर नहीं हुए competitive exams, then Arya, consider plan B. Okay. Muskan, Muskan, Muskan. Muskan, I've answered. We don't do that right now, but later on we will take it up. Okay, Akshara, you should be eligible for student category, but you have a very short time remaining. Consider going right away with the registration part. ठीक है. I want to take some questions from YouTube as well, so I'll switch to YouTube for some time. Let's see. Let me just cover up this part and answer some of the questions we are seeing on the screen. Is my screen visible properly to YouTube candidates? Yes, I think it is. तो चलो, युवराज जल्दी आइए सर. ओके सर, एक क्वेश्चन. आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग बोथ पार्ट्स ऑफ सीएमए, हाउ वाज बेसिक स्किल हैव टू गेट जॉब विद इन मंथ्स? यार बेसिक स्किल वाइज, यार एट अ बीकॉम फ्रेशर लेवल ना, इवन एक्सेल, पावर बीआई, टैबल्यू, दैट वर्क्स. बियॉन्ड दैट अगर कोई बेसिक स्किल चाहिए तो आई थिंक कम्युनिकेशन स्किल इज क्वाइट इंपॉर्टेंट. स्पीकिंग और कम्युनिकेटिंग वेल. इंडिया लेवल पे देख रहे हो और इवन अब्रॉड इज, चलो वो तो बात का पार्ट है. इंडिया लेवल इंग्लिश इज गुड इनफ. कैन समवन शेयर जूम मीटिंग? उसके लिए रजिस्ट्रेशन लगता है. इज यूएस सीएमए हार्ड देन एसीसीए? ओ नहीं यार, यूएस सीएमए सीए से तो कम हार्ड है. फाउंडेशन से ज़्यादा हार्ड है, बट इंटर और फाइनल से तो कम हार्ड है बिकॉज ऑफ पासिंग रेट आई एम टॉकिंग. एसीसीए में ना मैं कहूँगा US CMA is more difficult than knowledge level and skill level, but थोड़ा सा less difficult than professional level, I would say. 10%, 20% less difficult. What major strength of US CMA in global company? जो हमने डिस्कस किया. FP&A, that's a major strength. Due diligence, business acumen, decision making, all are major strengths. Non-commerce students takes same amount of time. ठीक है, ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. Again, इसका prerequisite is not that in depth. अर्चित, मैं भी यूएससीएमए करना चाहता हूँ. ओके, यू कैन गो अहेड विद इट. निखिल सैनी, आई डोंट नो व्हाट हैपेंड. इट्स रिस्ट्रिक्टेड, शायद स्पैम हो गया है इसलिए रिस्ट्रिक्ट हो गया होगा. सर लास्ट मंथ यूएससीएमए स्ट्रैटेजी बता दो. ओह, लास्ट मंथ. यार वो मैं यूजुअली क्लास में बताता हूँ, तो चलो कब किसी और दिन कर लेंगे. इंडिया गॉट लेटेंट लाइव और प्रीमियर? अरे दिस इज लाइव. माय एग्जाम इन जून. ठीक है, हाय सर. ओके. आई एम वर्किंग इन R2R domain since last 8 year. अरे इट इज़ नेचुरल प्रोग्रेशन धवल, बिल्कुल USCMA के लिए जा सकते हो. R2R, AR, AP, यू गाइस कैन गो डायरेक्टली. नोट से कोई टेस्ट बैंक भी नहीं दिया. आई डोंट नो वेर यू आर लर्निंग फ्रॉम निखिल, बट हमारे पास तो 4,000 क्वेश्चन यार पूरा ओपन रहता है स्टूडेंट्स के लिए टू प्रैक्टिस. लाइफ एंड एंजॉयमेंट सर, आई रिसेंटली quit Indian CMA, and now I'm thinking about pursue US CMA. First year of BCom. Started US CMA, completed in 1 year, so company is interested. Yes, you're on the right track. You can take this up. मुझे फीस थोड़ा ज़्यादा लग रहा है, डिसीजन नहीं ले पा रहा हूँ. आई मीन इट डिपेंड्स यार. इफ़ यू लुक एट फीस फ्रॉम एक्सपेंस पर्सपेक्टिव तो it depends then how much corpus you have, but look it as an investment for. And this is my personal opinion, ठीक है, you guys can differ. but मैंने अपनी लाइफ में पहले 5-6 साल के लिए आई कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड ऑन एवरी अदर थिंग. आई थिंक मैंने अपना फर्स्ट आईफोन भी लिया था, वो भी एक्चुअली एक सेकेंड हैंड था, जब मैं MBA के लिए गया था, आफ्टर अ कॉर्पोरेट करियर ऑफ ऑलमोस्ट 3-4 years वेर आई मेड एक्चुअली गुड अमाउंट ऑफ मनी. बट दिस इज हाउ यू प्रायोरिटाइज. मैंने अपना फर्स्ट आईफोन आई थिंक KPMG की सैलरी से लिया था, आफ्टर 5-6 years इनटू माय कॉर्पोरेट करियर. तो एंड बट द पॉइंट इज आई ऑलवेज स्पेंट ऑन माई सेल्फ. तो इन 5-6 साल में आई केप्ट ऑन परसुइंग सर्टिफिकेट आफ्टर सर्टिफिकेट, एग्जाम आफ्टर एग्जाम, कोर्स आफ्टर कोर्स. यू कैन चेक माई लिंक्डइन, बहुत सारे कोर्सेज दिखेंगे आपको. एंड टू बी ऑनेस्ट आई स्टिल थिंक बेस्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट आई डिड इन माई सेल्फ. ठीक है, चलो. जिनको भी रचित अग्रवाल, अरे AI का डर, डू नॉट वरी, वी आर लॉन्चिंग AI इन फाइनेंस, मई तक आ जाएगा. एंड एन एनालिस्ट विथ AI, विदाउट AI इट इज़ क्वाइट सिंपल, विथ AI को प्रेफरेंस दिया जाएगा. एंड अभी उतना लेवल नहीं है, आई एम रिपीटिंग अगेन. जो ऑटोमेशन था उसको थोड़ा इजी फिजिबल कर दिया है, दैट इज इट. अभी इतना नहीं आया है कि AI बहुत ही ज़्यादा नेक्स्ट लेवल रिसर्च वगैरह करके सब कुछ चीज़ें दे रहा है. अभी भी इट इज मोर और लेस command driven, but faster, easier, quicker, and what I can say, एजेंट बिल्डिंग का एक पार्ट है, बट एजेंट बिल्डिंग अभी उतना नहीं दिख रहा है APIs में. API, आई मीन इट सेल्फ इट इज वर्किंग वेल, बट FPI ने मैं देखता हूँ, आई हैव सीन फॉर इक्विटी रिसर्च जो क्लाउड का चल रहा है, विच इज़ क्वाइट वेल डिसेंट. तो इक्विटी रिसर्च का मैं थोड़ा बहुत समझ सकता हूँ. बट उसमें भी ना, आई टॉक टू सम ऑफ द रिसर्च फंड्स जो इक्विटी रिसर्च में काम करते हैं विद डिफरेंट फंड्स. मेजर यूज दे आर सीइंग इज हार्ड कोडिंग. हार्ड कोडिंग मतलब जब हमको अलग अलग रिपोर्ट्स में जाना है, डेटा चेक करना है, कॉपी पेस्ट कॉपी पेस्ट कॉपी पेस्ट, ऐसे चीजें सारे हो जाएंगे आराम से AI के साथ. सो अगर कोई हार्ड कोडिंग एनालिस्ट है, कोई इंटर्न है जो ये काम कर रहा है, हाँ, ही इज गोना गेट कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड, बट अगेन रेस्ट ऑफ द फंक्शन स्टे द सेम. सो यस. ओके, ठीक है. निखिल, ओके, सेंड मी अ मैसेज इफ यू हैव माय नंबर, यू कैन सेंड मी अ मैसेज. जिनके पास मेरा नंबर नहीं है, बाय द वे प्लीज डू नॉट कॉल, आई हैव क्लास थ्रू आउट द डे. बट यस, ये मेरा नंबर है, यू कैन व्हाट्सएप मी इफ रिक्वायर्ड एनी क्वेरी. आई विल रिप्लाई बाय लेट्स से टुमारो और डे आफ्टर. आज तो मेरे बैक टू बैक क्लासेस है, इवन ऑन यूट्यूब. यू गाइज नीड एनी असिस्टेंस, फील फ्री टू रीच आउट. बट अगेन प्लीज डू नॉट कॉल, व्हाट्सएप कर लीजिए, DM. मोर देन हैप्पी टू सपोर्ट यू. ओके, चलो. विद दैट, तेज, someone from the team will get in touch, and we'll try our best with the scholarship part. We'll try our best to support you. Okay, chalo. With that, let's wrap up. I will see you soon in the next